Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to dive in and rank some rumbles, see how we do. It's got a little bit of an interesting twist to it. We'll get to in a minute, but yeah, I'm excited to talk some rumble.
Very excited to talk to Rumble as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for our technical difficulties, made us a little late tonight. Hope you guys weren't too impatient with us, but we are back and we are ready to go. Before we continue,
Appreciate it.
as always, we need your help. That's the reason we have some technical difficulties. Throw us some subs, go down there, help us out. Give me some things, give me some monies. Doesn't cost you a thing if you have Amazon Prime. All the info, I'm going to put it once again in the chat on the side there. So please help us out. We can avoid problems like this in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, any and all support, as always, is much appreciated. So again, follow those instructions if you have Amazon Prime. You get a free sub to give us monthly, cost you nothing on top of your Amazon service. So we really appreciate that. And even if you're watching this on demand or on our YouTube, you can still come to the Twitch and do it offline. So we appreciate it
Yes,
any
sir.
day, anytime, any place.
And remember, if you're looking on demand, all below in the link tree, all our sites, all our places to come and follow and subscribe, help us out.
Think of it this way: it's like a Money in the Bank cash in once a month you get to do out of nowhere on us. Pretty cool.
I love it.
Pretty cool.
So
But
tonight's an
yeah,
awesome night. This is another one of Juice's babies, where he's brought a new twist on our ranking system. Instead of us ranking the Royal Rumbles by our favorites, he's decided to give us a challenge and see if we can match, I believe, CageMatch.com's ranking of all 37 male Royal Rumbles.
yeah. So for what it's worth, there's CageMatch.net and
Oh, son of a bitch.
ProFightDB.com. I prefer ProFightDB, just to be a little nerdy, but Cage Match is the one that most people like. I don't really get it personally. We're using it for the sake of this video and the sake of like numbers and rankings.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny when you really look at it and break it down. Most of these rankings and numbers that people hold like in such high regard are only like 100 to 300 people that put a vote on this thing. So like it's not like this like big number community for all the thousands and millions of wrestling fans in the world. So it is a little whatever, but it gives us something interesting to do here. See how close we can get. We can keep it in mind.
Arguably better
You
than
know,
one person's star system, you know?
well, yeah, very true. But yeah. So we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way up through all the rumbles. We're gonna try and pick the worst ones based on cage match, and then to the best. And then once we're all done, we're gonna compare and contrast our list with their list and see how well we did. Me personally, I was thinking about this. If we're like +3, -3 within
Most
their
of them.
list, I think we got it, quote unquote. We're not going to keep score. I mean, I probably will look later just to check. But
Well, I've been thinking about this, and I've really tried to avoid looking at any rankings
mhm.
to try to sway me. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to figure out between the '90s and I would say like like the 2010s, like maybe late 2000s, early 2010s. It's gonna be hard to figure out like out of those which are all the bottom ones because like they're all bad for their own reasons. Um,
Hmm.
and I just don't know how Cage Match is gonna rate that. And
Yeah.
then you have like the top 15 that are gonna be difficult because like what are they gonna base that on or like it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to do, but I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
and the thing is, this is just the match itself, not the whole
Yes.
pay-per-view.
Yes.
And it's not really even just about the ending. Like it's for a lot of people, like maybe the ending will influence it, but it's really about the entire match as a whole. So we're gonna do our best to get through them. There's 37 total. We are not including the greatest Royal Rumble ever in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
We are not including the women's matches. We just wanted to keep it to just the men's rumbles.
Yes.
Um, so let's get to it. What do we think is the worst Rumble of all time?
So I think there are a couple options. I hate to admit it because he's my GOAT, but 95, 96, those rumbles are pretty low down there. They were some of the shorter rumbles. They had a lot of small star power as far as
Mhm.
like the number of entrants. There's a lot of like besides Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and maybe like two other people, you just knew like there was really no one else that was going to win those matches. So I know those. I think those two are going to be somewhere in these bottom ranks. I'm not sure if it's the worst one. I know the first one's not a good one. It's just the first one, but I know it's not a good one.
So I have them all up, a little picture. Obviously, it's not all the information, but I have a little list of all the years and the winners and how long the match was, what number they entered in from, just to kind of give us an idea of something. I don't know if, hold on, I was really hyped for the 40-man Rumble, but the Nexus ruined it. I was
Yeah.
hyped for like 10 extra people, but it kind of sucked because they just ended up teaming up and kind of killed the whole concept.
Sure.
Yeah, the 40-man Rumble
That's another one that's
was,
going to be on this.
yeah. Okay, so worst one. Ones that come to mind for me. Either the first one with Jim Duggan, just because it was only 20 men. It was only like 30 minutes long. So that one comes to mind. I mean, I can't really. Here's the thing. I also can't speak too much to the first like 10 or 11. So that's going to come on to you where you want to
Of
put them.
course.
But some other ones that come to mind, I would imagine the Vince McMahon one's going to be low. I'd imagine.
See, is the Vince McMahon one going to be low because Vince won? Because the Royal Rumble itself, I don't think the match was that bad. I think just like the Vince Austin thing was stupid. So I think that's going to lower it. But I don't know if it's going to be on this bottom part. But I think. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, just to read off the rest of them that I think are probably going to be low. I mean, I do think Del Rio's will probably be low.
Yeah.
I know I'm hating. I do think, honestly, I think all the ones from like 2011 to like 2017 are all going to be pretty low.
That's what I'm saying, man. Mean, besides 92, the first like until like 97, those first few years weren't good. Like 94 might have been a good one.
Yeah.
That's because it was like a swerve ending, but not a lot of good stuff in those early ones.
Listen, I'm just. No, by the way, if anybody wants to follow along at home and like kind of cheat,
throw in some stuff.
Well, give us some recommendations or ideas on what you think. Also, if you want to go to cagematch.net, you can look up this list and you can know the answers. Don't spoil it, but you can look it up and kind of see what's going to be low or high in advance. We're going to tell you later on in this episode.
Yeah, we have it all revealed later.
All right, and just some more quick ones. I think personally, also the 2014-2015, the year when Batista and Roman won, I think those are very low. And I also think the year Brock won in 2022. I think those are all going to be on the very low end. So let's start getting some
I'm going to start the first one. I think we both kind of said it, and I think you reminded me it was only 20 men and it was only 30 minutes long. I think the first one is going to be the worst one. What was that,
1988.
Okay, that was my.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that low, but I think there'll be some esteem. But I don't know. I want to get Roman on there. I think Roman's win. I think that year was.
So can you give me the stats? How long was that match compared to the 95 and because I'm telling you, 95 and 96 were two of the worst ones. Even though Shawn Michaels won them, just star power and match quality, they were not good matches.
So Roman's win a little bit under an hour, but this was also when everyone was expecting Danielson, and then I think Ray came out that year. Yeah. Maybe that was the year before.
No, I remember
that. I just think that match was terrible, and I really do think the Roman one needs to be low.
It does.
And I mean, again, I didn't watch them. I'll give you 95 because that's the year with the two. Like, I mean, not 95. I'll give you 94 when Luger and Brett both won. But the year with 95, I mean, I didn't watch it, but that's the first time ever somebody from number 1 won the Rumble.
Yeah, so
I'd like to think it's not going to be that low.
But I don't think it's going to get out of this top or bottom 10 or whatever this is, bottom 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 96 is gonna be one of these next two because that was the year after Shawn won, and that was another bad one. That was
96.
That was
Sean won 95 and 96.
I meant to say after he won the number one from the number 1 spot. So yeah, 96.
That's 96.
Or the Roman one, whichever one.
I say Roman. We can do Roman and then 96.
Do you want to put Roman last? And because you said you think that 88 might get like a little bump from.
No, we can leave it. For the sake of time, we can leave it. We can put it on there and move along. Yep.
So what year was Roman?
We got a ways to go. I'm sorry, what?
Roman was 22, right?
2015.
15, Jesus. Oh,
yeah,
I heard you say the Brock one. That's why. Yeah, I'm gonna say 96 here. Again, okay. I really think that's gonna be one of the lower ones. It's one of my least favorites, and that's so sad to say.
Okay. So from there, from the ones I mentioned, I mean, I can read them all off if you want to just hear them all, but
I think stick with the
Yeah.
ones we like. We don't need to hear 92. We don't need to hear 97. Like some of the good ones we know are going to be up there. Let's like give me some of the ones that you think are going to be low that might jog my memory. I guess
I do think the recent Brock win. I think Batista
that
winning the
was
year before.
okay.
And I still think Vince will be low. I know you don't agree, so we can save
I
him.
didn't
And
say
then you,
I didn't say I don't think he'll be low. I just don't. I didn't think he'd be
Mm.
like one of the last ones. I think he
Yeah,
might
and
be
then
like
you
29, 28.
then you got Brett and Luger. We mentioned. Well, you mentioned,
So
and the year
Brett and
Sean.
Luger was interesting because that was two. That was the first time we had two winners.
Yes,
And there were a
only
lot of
time I think.
viable candidates, I guess, in that year. Not a lot, but there were more than just Luger or Brett. Um, but yeah, that was also one of those small ones. The Hogan wins weren't good. Those Royal Rumbles were pretty much like we knew Hogan was winning. Like that was in, what 90 and 91. I don't know where
Um,
to go next. I don't
yeah,
know
that
if
was
we go with
1991.
recency bias or if we go with like the match quality. Like because again,
Well, it's got to be match quality. That's what we need to go off of because this is what cage. Again, we're trying to guess cage matches rankings. Um, so
so
I don't know.
so do we
Yeah.
think the talent in in Brock's 2022 or Batista's 20 what was Batista 2014?
This was 2014.
14? Yeah.
2014.
So
Yeah.
do we think the star power was less there than it was in like 91 and 92? Like that's what we got to ask ourselves.
I mean,
Freebird, what's your question?
I can't speak for the Hogan wins, but I think the Brock match. I mean, this is me personally. The first half of that Brock match was terrible, but then the second half, when Edge came back and then Drew won, was amazing. That's a tale of two halves, but then Brock won it in the end. So it's like, how can I'm sorry, no, I'm thinking that's 2020 with Drew when Drew won
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
The 2022 one was when we got to remember Brock was champion that night, lost it to Lashley,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then later on threw himself in the Rumble at 30 and just
Mm-hmm.
won.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think I think 2022 Brock's got to be on the low end. You got
Okay.
to put him somewhere.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I think 2022's on here. Okay, Freebird really quick asks, do you guys like star power in Rumbles is good or does it dilute the actual storyline occurring like the surprise entrances that are exhibitions? I always love
I think
surprise entrances.
I like surprise entrances. I don't like to know everybody, but I
Yeah.
think it comes down to good booking.
Mhm.
If you can book a show where you give me 6 or 7 believable winners, you got a great Rumble where
I
you can
agree.
play with it. If you're only giving me like 1 or 2 front runners and that's it, I'm not engaged
I agree.
because now I'm just waiting for Cody and Punk, and it's like, all right, no one else is gonna win this damn thing.
Yeah, this year,
So
like, well, whatever. We'll get into this year later. Okay,
yeah,
so
I say
uh,
2022. 2022 is my.
so you go
I say it.
2022, done.
Yeah, we should just alternate. We should just like who gets to say who
I
gets to
think it's
say.
just gonna be new old because I still think some of the older ones. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 90. Who won in 90?
90 was Hogan. It was the
90
first
was Hogan, 91 was Hogan, and 89 was
Stud, Big John Stud.
Big John Studd won back to back. No, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the
No.
first one. 89.
Yeah.
89 has to be on there.
All right.
Yeah, 1989.
Let me just update my list really quick. So we took off. I want to take off the ones that we did already. I'm trying to make sure we don't like forget one as we go along. All right, 2022 is gone. We put Roman on there.
This list is gonna be all over the fucking place.
Hey, who knows?
I can't wait.
And then
to
we also
see it.
we did 96, right? You said?
96. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm not looking at the screen while I'm updating
cool.
my sheet. Okay, next up, from the ones I've mentioned so far, that still leaves us Brett and Luger, and there's the Vince one, the Batista one the year before.
Yeah, we say a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I can name off some more that might be kind of
No, go ahead.
mid.
Remember you said we're gonna alternate. You just picked the
Yeah,
next one.
there was Yokozuna with the first, this is the first time the WrestleMania title shot was on the line.
That was 93.
3. Yeah. The first time the Mania shot was on the line with
Yeah.
Yoko. I mean, I really remember, again, it's tough. That whole stretch from, like I said, from 20, like 11 to like 2017 is brutal, man. Honestly, I gotta
It's
think
just so
trip
fast these
2016.
days. 2016. All
2016's
right.
yeah, because that's when Roman put the belt on the line and Triple H won
Oh
it in the
God, that was
match.
such a bad one.
I
That
think
was a
that
really
one's
really bad
gonna.
one.
I think that's gonna be pretty low.
Um.
Um,
All right.
yeah,
I'm gonna. I'm gonna stick with my early years, man. I just the Hogan years and everything. There was no real stake behind it. It was just to get Hogan wins and stuff. So
Mhm.
I'm
Which
just
one was
trying to
worse
think.
though?
That's what I'm trying to think. If it was 90 or 91, that was the
Yeah.
worst one.
Well, put it this way. I mean, looking at the numbers, I mean, he came in at 24 and 25 each year, which was the same. And then they were both about an hour. Like 90 was 58 minutes, 91 was 100, a minute and
Yeah, I
five.
think it's
So,
just
I
gonna be
mean, an hour
splitting
and
hairs.
five.
So I'm just gonna put 90. Just I'm gonna
You're gonna put
assume that
90?
we had
Okay.
less star power in 90 than 91.
Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. I I'm gonna say Vince. But
Ooh,
Vince,
that was
I think it's gonna be
1999,
low.
right?
Yeah, it's 99. I don't think it's gonna get
It's gonna be
love. Even no matter how good the match was, I think Vince winning alone is just gonna tank
I
it.
agree. Um, yeah, now I'm gonna go with 91 then.
The next
Again,
Hogan, okay,
so that's our bottom nine.
okay, all right. So there we go. So
Bottom
now we're gonna
nine.
move on to the next 9 or 10 or whatever it is on the tab, right?
Next nine.
All right.
All right.
Now
So
number
91 was our
28.
last leave off. What do you
Yep.
got next?
All right. Let's see. Do. Hmm, Let's see what sticks
Imagine
out.
booking yourself to win your own company's second biggest event of the year and then also being a bad human being.
Well, yeah,
It happened. We don't even have to imagine it.
I can absolutely imagine that. Let's go with 2014 Batista.
2014.
I like how we're like drafting rumbles.
Again,
Yeah, give me yeah.
it happened just like I said it was gonna happen at the beginning, where it's like these are the two decades we're kind of stuck between as being the worst decades.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then when
because
we get
this
into
was
the
the
good ones, it's
yeah.
gonna be even cooler to nitpick. It's like what made this one better than that one. Like that's what I'm really excited for. These ones I
Yeah,
just want to
because
get over with, kind of.
yeah. Well, 2014 was the one with Danielson. That was the one when everyone thought he was going to win, and Ray. That's the one when Ray came out. And this is what led to Mania 30. So
Oh
yeah, it
yeah,
led to
yeah.
a good thing, but the match
The match
itself,
itself. That's what we're
no.
ranking
This
on right
was
now.
everyone remembered the end, unfortunately. Yeah, that one. No, thank you, Batista. Get out of there. I love you, but no.
All right. So 93. 93 was significant because it was the first title shot. I don't, and also that
Yeah.
Yoko won. It was like the first non
Yes.
baby face to win. Um, I'm gonna say that one for a little later. Still think it's on this slide, or on
Okay.
this part of
So
the
you
ranking.
still haven't said Luger and Brett, and that was one of the ones you said you thought was worse.
So
So I don't know if
Luger,
you
no,
changed your
Luger and Bread
mind.
was one of the ones that I wasn't sure about. That was one of the
Okay.
ones one of the few ones like 92 where I think, based on
Mhm.
star power, it might be raised up a little bit. So I'm gonna save 93 and 94. We got rid of. No, we didn't get rid of 95. I think I'm gonna put 95 here.
All right. I think that one's going to be higher than we think.
I,
I don't
I
agree, but
I'm telling
let's
you,
do it.
man, the match
All right.
wasn't good. It
All
it
right.
was just British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. Like those are the only two you knew were gonna win it, and they were the
Well,
number one and two, and then ended number one and two. I know that's cool, but like everything else about the match, including the length, was awful. And
I do want
I
to.
love it.
Yeah.
I loved the match, but like it wasn't unbiasedly, it wasn't a good match.
I do want to point out though the reason I think it's not going to be as low as we think is because the other stipulation for that match was the winner got Pamela Anderson as a valet for WrestleMania. So the only time I
Yeah,
can recall
yeah, and
when the
then
winner of the Rumble got a valet
And then
for
he didn't
Mania.
even get her. And then he didn't even get her. He got a different person because she went with Diesel.
What are we doing? All right, so 95.
That's fantastic. I totally forgot about that stipulation. That's hilarious.
All right. So let's see, 95 we took off. Let me just bring my big board back up. Let's see here. What's gonna stick out? What's gonna stick out? So here's what I want to bring up now. I personally was okay with the match. It was during a bad time. I feel like the Thunderdome is gonna be low on here. It's the 2021. It's the one when Edge won from number one.
I don't know if that one's gonna be a low one. I think they're gonna rate that high because
No
I think
people in the
I know,
crowd.
but
I think it's gonna get a hit.
I don't think you think this low though.
Maybe a little bit more. I think it's gonna end up being around here, but I'll leave it for now. I'm gonna go with the 2012 when Sheamus won.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna go with that one. I think that one was not.
that was a bad one.
I didn't enjoy that one at all.
I think I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I think the Del Rio one should go here.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I wanted to wait a little bit because I personally really enjoyed that one, but I was like all in on the Del Rio stuff at the time. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed the 40-person stip, but I can respect putting it low because I think people are just going to hate the 40-man part of it. But
Yeah.
if I recall, this was the year when like Punk, like the first 10 names, Punk was in there doing like the "I'll save you" stuff and hitting everybody. I think that was this year. If it wasn't,
Okay, you
it
know
may have
what?
been.
I'm gonna say I still think it's low. I'm gonna save it. I think I'm gonna put 94 here.
Okay, with Luger and Brett.
I'm
Okay,
gonna put 94 here.
all right. Let's see. I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm tempted between two of them. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Del Rio here. I'll just do it.
Okay.
2011. Yeah. 'Cause I'm looking at everyone that's coming up, and I just, yeah. Let's see. Hold on. So we got no. They messed it up. I was hyped for the 40-man. Then it was just Nexus teamed up, and it ruined it. Sucked all the energy out of the Rumble. I mean, I kind of expected that. That's why they made it 40 because they knew they had Nexus and they knew they wanted to stack up numbers. So I don't know. I wasn't surprised by it, but I'm sure if I rewatched it now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it. But I liked it at the time. It was fun. Also, I think Elmo was in attendance at our house when we watched. So,
Was he?
all right. So I said 2011, right? So you're up, or yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where to go here now, because I don't want to put 93 because I feel like.
I mean, hey, listen. I mean, if you think it was bad, do you have a list up? Do you want me to read off to you like what's like around?
No,
like, I'm thinking of.
I'm paying attention to the list we have, and I'm remembering years we got. I'll put 93 in there right now. I'm just trying to think of also like some of the ones from the 2000s, but the 90s just again the quality of the matches are so bad. But now we got pretty much out of that because now we have 92 left, and then 97 and on. So like, I think I ran out of 90s finally.
All right. Okay, now who's here? I'm gonna wait a little bit on that one. Give me John Cena 2013. I think that was the one. Yeah. Because I believe that's the one that led to Cena and Miz.
Yeah, that wasn't the MSG comeback one. That was the second.
Yeah. No. Yeah, 2013.
Right, so 90s are out
Cena.
for now, because like I said, I think we got good ones left. We have 92 left. We have 97 and 98. So I think those are going to be higher on the list. So we're going to leave those for now.
Again, for anybody joining us right now, we're trying to make our list from best to worst of the all-time Rumbles, but we're trying to make it as close as we think it'll be to the cagematch.net ratings as done by fans over the last 40 years. So we'll see how we compare. So that's what we're doing right now. It's not just us picking our favorites. We're trying to like gauge it based on them, not us.
So then I think here we got to go with... Damn, man, there's still so many bad ones. We were talking before. Can you remind me of some of the later ones we were talking about? Did we use
most recent
Romans?
Yeah, Roman's not on here anymore.
Okay, and then we used the Brock one already.
Yeah, Brock's gone as well.
I think Now you got in my head about the pandemic one.
Yeah, I mean, I can read you off some other ones too if you want. Honestly, I was starting to think about 2005 with the screwed up finish. I don't know
Oh,
if that's
with
gonna ding
Batista
it a little bit.
and Cena.
'Cause that Red Rumble was fun, but
I
I don't
thought
know
that
if the
was a
finish
good
is gonna
one, yeah,
ding it.
and like that was
Yeah,
unique.
it might be a little bit, not now though.
What was
Um,
2003? Can you remember 2003 and 2004?
well, three was Brock, but that was when Brock
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's right. And four
yeah,
is
that's when
Benoit,
he,
and four is Benoit. And that was also a really good one.
yeah.
And then what was after Benoit? Who was 05?
Ray. I
Shoot.
want to put it low, but I know it's not going to be
No, that's
low.
not going to be low, man.
I know. Well, that's why
Damn,
we're doing what we're doing, folks. We're not going off how we feel, because otherwise this
damn.
would have been towards the
Those are a
bottom.
lot of good ones now.
Um, yeah, we're getting there, and I mean, I
What?
think
So, what do you think the next one should be? Then you have more of the list than I do, because all the
I
ones I'm rattling
I
off right now I think are good. So, what bad ones
I'd
do you think we have left?
probably argue it either be one of the early Austin ones, 97 or 98. I don't know which one. I think 98 would probably be next.
I think the '97 one was
Was
also
worse.
the one where he didn't actually win. So that might count against him.
Oh,
That was the one that led to that fatal four-way because he got eliminated,
okay.
but then came in and eliminated Brett.
And I would argue the 2017 Orton. At that point, he did not need a Rumble win.
Yeah,
It
what was
felt
that?
so.
Let's go with 2017 then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with the 2017 ordinance. 20 apostrophe. There we go.
Okay. I'm gonna go with what you said. I'm gonna throw the 97 Austin one right here.
All right. All right. Chucking along here. Now we're getting to our top 19.
We're on the next. Oh, so we're on the next tab now. Oh
Now we're on the
boy.
next tab. And now we start getting to the good ones. Now, this is where I stop thinking like what was bad about it and just like what was better about the other ones in a sense. So last one we left off was 97. So we still got a couple of good ones left.
Yeah, there's only two
I think I'm
left
gonna
on
put
here
the
that I have
pandemic
not.
one here.
Oh, okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've held off long enough. I still think it's going to be lower than we're putting it. I think we waited a little long, but I think it's going to get dinged a lot just on principle because there's no P fans. I
All
think
right.
people are just going to hate on it. Um,
2020. All
let's
right.
see from here now. I'm gonna. I want to say '05 when Batista and Cena had the messed up finish, but what do you think about that compared to '98 Austin? Do you think '98 Austin's going to be higher?
I think 98 Austin's going to be higher because that match itself was like, that was the one where they were kind of waiting for, like, that was a
Mhm.
really good one. That was one where he really, like, cleaned house, and that was, like, a definitive win for him. I
Mhm.
think that was more entertaining than this one, than 2005.
Damn. Yeah,
But I
it's getting
mean,
tough now.
then that'll just be
Starting
the
to get
next two,
tough.
I think we're just trying to figure out which one goes above which one because after that,
Yeah, I'm fine with doing '05.
and then I don't mind following up with 1998 right there.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
And then after 98, honestly, probably Rays.
No,
You think
I
Rays is
think
going to be
Rays.
higher because of the Eddie storyline?
I think
Because
so.
top 10, I mean, I'm not naming it in any order, but top 10, you have definitely the 92 Rumble somewhere in the top 10. You have, you probably have Benoit's Rumble somewhere in the top 10. That was a really good one. You have Brock's Rumble somewhere in the top 10. You got 2001 somewhere in the top 10 because that was a great Rumble match. That was the one where Kane had like 11 eliminations or 13 or whatever.
I almost. I almost want to go with 2023 Cody.
I have
But
no problem going with the more recent ones.
well,
2023, 2022, a bunch of those I don't think are going to crack the top
well,
10.
only because Cody won the last 2 years, but the one that he won in 2023, he won it from number 30, and there's really nobody like on the radar to win it. It wasn't a very exciting like
Yeah, cool.
Rumble that year.
2023,
I
I'm down with
feel.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'd probably start thinking about Brock in '03, and then also probably Edge in 2010.
Wait, Brock in 03.
Yeah.
I thought Brock won in 02.
No. Oh, two was Triple H.
Oh shit. Ah
Yeah,
shit.
because that's when Triple H fought Booker, and then Brock fought
That's
Kurt
right.
at 19.
That's right. S-
Yeah, that's just my thought. Looking at what's left,
Brock's was
but
good. You think Hunters makes the top 10? The 02 one?
probably just because of the time period. I think it's gonna be maybe not like top 10, maybe a little more left. I mean, how many? Let me look at the thing.
Oh
Where are we
wait,
at?
what
We're
about
at
what about
15.
Shinsuke's win?
I think it's going to be higher than we
do?
think. All because like what I just said before, from like 2010, 11 to like 2017 was a terrible stretch. This was like the first like young, newer person to win in a while. It was also
That's
the
fair.
first year of the men and the women's rumbles, and I think everybody was really
That's fair, that's
rah-rah
fair.
about that in general. So I think 18 is probably going to be pretty favorable on the list.
And then who won 19? We don't
Um,
have 19 on here.
it's,
Right, do we?
it's Shinsuke. 2019 was Seth and I'm biased because I really liked that. I went to that Rumble, that Mania that year, but I really enjoyed that Rumble. But maybe 2019 is okay here. I guess it might be all right.
I'm just trying to think who else was going to win that year.
I mean, your champions were Brock and Danielson,
Right.
so I mean,
Yeah, I might say put 2019 here.
yeah,
All right.
that's fine. I mean, we're in the top 15 now, so nothing's
for
really
sure,
bad
yeah.
at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
It's
just
just kind
trying
of
to,
nitpicking, and like this is
and,
kind of where I'm
yeah,
trying not to let our bias get in. But like, I think
yeah.
Cody ones should go here. I think some of the more recent ones should also go here. I don't think they were as good as some of the older ones.
So let me get rid of 2019 that we talked about. Yeah, well, the only recent ones that are left are Shinsuke, Drew, and Cody. And the Drew one was the uneven one that I hated the first half
Mm-hmm.
and loved this. So honestly, I'm fine with putting 2020 here. We probably put it way too high, to be honest with you. But
Wait, which one?
the year that Drew won in 2020, because
Wait,
that was
sorry,
when
which was the COVID year? I thought 2020 was COVID year.
no, 2021 was the COVID year.
My
2020 was
bad.
like 2 months before COVID hit. It was the date Kobe died.
Oh shit, that's right.
Brock
God,
took out like the
knowledge got
first
pushed.
15 people.
Yeah.
And it was awful. And then Edge came back, and then Drew won. So like they redeemed it in the second half, but that first half was terrible. So
Yeah,
this
that's
should
fair.
probably be way lower. But I'm fine with putting Drew at 2020 here.
Cool. Sounds good to me. Oh man. So we got. I think we put the other Cody win here too.
I think it's going to be a little higher.
Really?
Personally, I do. I didn't like the match, but I just think recency bias and cage match, like the now, I think it probably got more love than we're thinking.
That's fair.
I would say either 02, 03, which either Triple H in 02, Brock in 03, Orton in 09, or Edge in 2010. I think one of those four would go next, or probably be the next 3 or 4. Personally, not personally, but I think looking at the names
I
left,
see what you're saying. I'm just trying to think of all of them. All like if I could try to think of anyone else from from those matches. I think Edge's is a little bit higher because that was when he came back, right? That was like a comeback from injury and no one was expecting kind of thing.
yeah. Edge came back at 29 and won it and fought Jericho that year, and then Triple H's was like he just came back at the Garden like a few weeks prior from
That
the
was
quad.
nuts.
So I mean, 02 and 2010 were pretty much layups with who was going to win.
But the matches also were good. Like they had a lot of good
they were
serve.
they
Like,
were
they had a
good.
lot of wrestlers in there, and you weren't sure technically, even though you kind of were sure.
I would go 2010 Edge here.
Okay.
I think.
And then 2000, and then honestly, I think 2003 with Brock, and then 2002 with Triple H. Or unless you think
that's
Triple
fine.
H is gonna be
No,
higher.
that's fine. That's good. That's good. All right, so getting rid of those.
All right, top 10.
Right. Let me just make sure we did this right, and I have 10 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay. I didn't want to be like, oh, we have 11. We messed up.
So I think I have my number 1s and 2s pretty.
So
good.
you want to do 1 and 2?
No,
Okay,
no.
you want to start.
I'm just saying, I have those kind of already off the board until we get there.
Okay.
I just so what
I'm
do
good
we
with
have
doing.
left?
I'm good with doing 2024 right off the bat, and then I'll read you the rest.
All right,
Um.
fine with that.
So we have 92 with Flair. We have 2000 with The Rock. '01 with Austin. '04 with Benoit. '06 with Ray. '07 with Taker. '08 with Cena. '09 with Orton. '18 with Shinsuke. Personally, after the 2024, I would probably do Orton here.
I was about to say Orton.
Yeah.
Orton there.
Yep.
And then I think The Rock. I think 2000 with The Rock. Because I'm trying to think of the other. I'm trying to think of the other winners and the actual matches themselves. 92 was a banger. 2001 was probably the best Royal Rumble as far as like actual every entrant being like a pretty good wrestler, like mid card or higher. Cena's comeback, that was a very star-studded Royal Rumble also, and that comeback no one expected, so that's going to definitely bump him higher. The Ray thing you have me convinced now is going to bump him higher. So like I don't know now.
I would do Benoit next.
Benoit, but didn't he also win it from like number 2? Wasn't he the first one to win it from? He was also number 1.
Yes, he was the first. He was the second one for number 1.
All right, so Benoit was 04, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at what's left here. I mean, I think 92, 2000, 2001 are all going to be high.
Mm-hmm.
I think '07 and '08 are going to be high. I'm good with Shinsuke next.
Yeah, I think Shinsuke 18.
Yeah, 18. All right, so Benoit's off, Shinsuke's off.
And then I'm stuck between Ray or Rock here.
I would do Ray.
Okay.
I think the Garden shows are going to get higher. So now we're on our top 5, right?
Top 5 now.
Whew. All right, what do you think? I'll pause here. I'll let you go.
So like I said, I think so it's either in my head it's either Cena here. You got Cena 92 and 2001. You got Taker.
I'm okay with The Rock if you want to do The Rock.
I think The Rock, and in my opinion, the next 5, and you tell me how you like this, I think is The Rock. No, sorry, Flair, Austin. Yeah, so I think it's The Rock.
Yep.
Cena. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna put The Rock, which is 2000. Then I think it's gonna be Cena next.
Okay,
Which was
I'm good with that.
09.
'08.
Oh wait, are you good with that?
Yep, I'm good with that.
Okay. Then so now we got 3 left. So now we got Taker, which I think it's gonna be Taker here. You think the Taker match is above 2001?
You got to remember, isn't that the one that led to Austin? I mean, Taker HBK. That was a pretty solid one. I mean, you can do it. Here's what I'll say: if you want to do,
no, that Royal Rumble didn't lead to Taker HBK. The next year's Royal Rumble led to Taker HBK. The one where Taker won, he challenged for the belt. He didn't fight HBK for the belt that year. He won the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah. And then no, because then in '08 they did the standoff. Oh no, that's right, because they finished with HBK and Taker at '07,
and then
it started with HBK and
Taker
in '08.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All right, I'm fine with Taker at 3. I mean '07 at 3, but I think '01 is number 1. I don't think Flair is 1. I don't.
Interesting. All right. Okay, so
That's just me
we're
personally.
in agreement. Taker's here, so that's 2007. Then you're saying, chat, help us out. We're kind of split here. I think it's 92 in the number 1 spot. Juice thinks it's 2001 in the number 1 spot. And just because of recency bias and popularity, I can see 2001 taking it. 92 is held in such high esteem. You know what I mean by recency bias.
Did you just say recency
You know what I
bias
mean
for
by
a Rumble
that.
for a
Austin
Royal
over
Rumble
Flair,
23 years ago?
10-year difference. Yeah, I'm gonna say a little more recency bias. Yes, you know what I meant by it.
No, but like I can recall Kane dominating that match. I can recall Drew Carey coming out. I can recall certain things from that match. Like
Of
the
course.
'92 one. I mean, you had
'Cause you
Flair
didn't
defending
watch
the
it,
title. No, I know. Well, I'm asking
Like
you. So then
I can recall Undertaker coming out. I can recall Austin pulling Sid Justice over the top rope. I can recall Macho Man and them having a big standoff. Like there was a lot of big moments in '92 also.
Listen, we need to think about the cage match nerds, the 100 to 300 people.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about the cage match nerds. But
you want to put it? Put it. I think it's the other way around.
I was just about to say the same thing to you. I was like, I'll trust you here. This is your thing, so I'll kind of go with you on this one. Plus, I would like to say, I would like the opportunity to say I'm right. So,
hey, it's all good.
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
So I guess commercial break time. And then we'll come back for the reveal.
Quick commercial break. We'll come back and we're going to reveal the whole list with the cage match. We're going to kind of restart from number 37 and show how we did. So hopefully we did pretty well. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Adios mio. I'm scared.
Adios mio.
Ay, papi. Santo Domingo, ay.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Hey. What am I doing? I'm being me. If I'm not me, then who am I? All right. Ten to 15 of them were like truly rated badly. The rest of them were all rated kind of okay. So like it was really just a matter of like a fraction of a decimal point here or there. You know, not many were rated that bad. So I think if anything, we were probably more harder on Rumbles than they were. But because we were trying to get it going, and that was the thing. We were like I think once we got our kind of our train rolling in our system, we were good. But the first like few minutes, we were like, okay, let's go, let's start picking. It worked out.
Cool. Thank you.
Sorry, the controls didn't work?
No problem.
Yeah, no, I think they should be good.
Sweet.
Socks and then tighten them up or whatever.
Plus, once you start working out, they'll shrink a little bit on your feet anyway. Once you,
Yeah, sweat into them.
Exactly.
But you have really good grip.
Nice.
All right, are we good? I think we're
30 seconds.
we're good on the. Oh, okay. So my ad finished. So I just assumed.
All good? Yeah, we got 30 seconds and then 20 seconds now, and then we're good to go.
Justin Verlander to the Giants on a 1-year deal.
Ew. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, like we said before the break, we're coming back and we're going to reveal the cage match rankings and compare our rankings to theirs and see how far off we are. So, starting off with 37 to 29.
I'm scared and excited. Let's see how this goes on the screen. Let's see what we got going on.
Reveals are up.
Oh boy. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Oh. So,
Okay.
2015 was their last place. We were off by 1
I
with
told
Roman.
you we
That
should
was
have switched it. I told you I didn't mind us moving that 88 up.
It's all right. It's all right. 2022 was after that.
Okay.
We don't have 2022. We have 22 2 off. Not bad.
2 off there. 96 we have about 4 off. It was their 31 R35.
Yeah. 99 is also relatively there. They're 35, our 30.
89 is the first one that we were wrong off. That's higher, it looks like.
Yeah, that was the stud year. That was
Yeah.
Big John Stud.
Same thing with 2016. That looks like that one's higher. 1990 is higher for them.
That was Hogan.
99 is higher for them, and 91 is higher for them. So ones that we rated too high, according to them, 93, 2014, 1995. I told you 5 was low. I told you 95 was low. And 2017 and 88. Yeah. Oh no, 88 we ranked too low. All right.
Yeah, 8. Yeah. All right. Well,
Interesting.
let's see. So then so 2016. That was the Triple H with the title. Is not in the bottom 10. That's okay.
Here we go. All right, so let's see if it made the next trip. I could see your face where you're just angry. All right. Triple H 2016 is not even in the bottom of this list either. So Triple H's 2016 we ranked way too low according to CageNet.
All right. So they have 91.
Oh man.
2012 is pretty close. We're 1 off
close.
on 2012. They have last year's way lower than I thought. Okay. They really tanked that.
2013 we almost got.
Yeah, 2013 we were close, off by 1. They put Seth lower. Okay, so we definitely held on Seth too long.
The Rock's 2000. I told
Rock
you.
is very low.
I told you that was not a good one.
Wait, 89 at 24. There wasn't 89 on the other one. Whatever. It's too many numbers. I'm probably misreading.
Hold on. Let me look at the other one. Hold on.
No, it's fine. And then 2012 was Sheamus. So they have Sheamus at
88 and 99. 99 was on the 26 one.
Okay. So they held. So Sheamus year 2012.
They had low. Well, yeah,
they had it.
pretty
Oh no,
much
we were off by
close.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, they were good. I'm good with that because Sheamus sucks. So I'm glad he's low. All right, now we're not too bad. I mean, I'm still gonna go back and look at all these to get the official plus or minuses for us after the fact.
No problem.
But yeah, no, this
there's
doesn't
some
look
plus
too
and
bad.
minuses that we're gonna be like tens of off, and there's some that will be like 1 or 2 off.
Cena. Okay.
All right, here's
All right.
next. Here's our next 9.
Next.
This
Okay,
looks
just waiting to
close.
see it. Ooh, 2021. We were so close.
2021 we were very close, and 2003 we were very, very close.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So they got
2023 we only got about 4 off. That's
not bad. 16. 02's not also 4 off. So 02's pretty close.
Okay.
97, 90, 06. 06 isn't close. 21, we said, okay.
Interesting.
Not bad.
All right. Top 10. Here we go. Top 10. What the fuck? I was still technically right, but we were both wrong.
Wow. We nailed the top 3, though.
We did, which is awesome.
We nailed the. All right, hold on. So we nailed the top 3.
That's
That's a win. I'm taking a win on the top 3.
Okay.
4 is okay. 2020. So that was the Drew year. So they actually gave the Drew year a lot of love, which is wild to me. But I guess they forgave it with the
2018
second
we're only
half.
1 off of. That's pretty good. 2005 they gave a lot more love than I expected. 2009 was exactly right. That's dope.
Hey, And 2010 wasn't 2010. Hold on, 2010 was Edge when Edge came back from the injury. All right, so we knocked that a little too much. Um, I think we did well. I mean, I'm gonna look back. I mean, the top three alone that we nailed
Yeah,
is
that was dope. I'm surprised
very
they put
solid.
Undertaker win #1. That's interesting to me. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a great ending. That's probably the best ending of any Royal Rumble, I guess. So maybe they put some factor into
Mhm.
that.
Well, let me hold on. If you humor me for a momento, I didn't know if they were going to be on the screen or not when we did the reveals, but I have the cage match actual numbers so we can see how close they were.
Okay.
So I'll just do the top three, and the bottom like few. So 2007 was 8.87, 92 was 8.69, and 01 was 8.66.
That's
So they were
crazy.
close.
Yeah, that's a crazy
They were
difference.
close.
And then if we go the
Um,
lower ones, let me go to the bottoms.
yeah. So the bottom ones, as voted on by the 300-ish people on CageMatch.net. Um, wow, the bottom two are a huge drop off. So 2015 is a
Yeah,
1.67.
it was terrible.
The 2022 one where Brock, right there, yeah, that was when Brock came back, and won the Rumble after losing the belt, 1.83. And then from there, the Vince one was a 3.85. So Vince was lower. I knew Vince should have been probably lower than we gave him. Um, yeah, looking this over though, I mean, really only the bottom like 10 or 15 are bad ratings according to Cage Match. Everything else is okay. I'd really only say the top like eight.
It's so hard to have a bad Royal Rumble as long as you have a decent roster. Like that's the problem.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like
even the most recent ones, like I haven't liked them, but like they're still somewhat entertaining because there's still enough wrestlers in them that I can find good things about the matches.
mhm. Yeah. I mean, it's just so it's just funny to look at when you're really breaking down these numbers. Only the top eight are considered like great, and then the bottom like what is that 13 are considered bad. Everything else
Mhm.
is kind of just mid. Which
Yeah,
after 40 years of doing the Rumble, it's not a bad ratio. But
no, I agree.
yeah, overall, I think we did pretty well here today.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go back to our top 10 because that was the impressive one.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed tonight. Something new, something different we wanted to try for you guys. Please let us know in the comments how you liked us. If you liked us a lot, please support us with a little sub. That would really help us out, especially if you have Amazon Prime. Also, if you're one of those that sub every month, you might have forgotten to sub this month, so please give it a check and let us know. That would be really helpful for us. And again, cost you nothing.
Think of it like a $5 footlong. I mean, only $5.99, which is what Subway pretty much does now. It's a $6 footlong. So yeah, $5 footlong. It's a $5 sub. A sub is a sub is a sub is a sub.
Love
Help
it.
us out.
We'll be back on Thursday night to talk about our
Woo!
This Week in Wrestling. Lot to talk about this week in wrestling.
Ah, a lot.
I don't even know where to start, but it's gonna be a lot to talk about, and we still gotta watch Dynamite tomorrow night. So we're gonna be in store for a lot. So please join us Thursday, 7 p.m. Same time, same
lot.
place. Love everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.